Today, we're going to be taking a special garden tour. Not for the flowers or for the food, it's honestly too early for that. We're going to be diving into backyard apothecary to reveal the incredible array of plants that serve as medicine on my urban homestead. I think you'll discover both common and surprising plants with powerful medicinal properties, from immunity boosting to anti-inflammatory to soothing, from digestion to inflammation to pain control. I'll show you how and where these powerhouse plants are growing, and that you too can grow medicine in your backyard. Who knows, you may even have a backyard medicine cabinet and don't even know it. But before we begin, a quick disclaimer. I am not a medical professional. This information is intended for educational purposes only. Please consult your doctor before using plants for medicinal purposes. And with that said, this weekend marks the summer solstice. So happy summer, everybody. And oh my goodness, we are all in for a hot week. So let's get started before it heats up too much back here, because I need to give everything a long watering today. And my neighbors are clearly doing some construction. Something's going on next door, so hopefully that's going to get blocked out at least a little bit, because it's quite noisy. They're pounding a lot. We're going to start right here with our strawberries. Now, I just came through here and did a harvest, so there's not many berries on here, and it's just been so hot, so there's honestly not much flowering going on, but these are ever producing, so we will be getting strawberries out of here for most of the summer. With strawberries, both the leaves and the fruits are really high in antioxidants loaded with vitamin C. The leaves are traditionally used for digestive issues and as a diuretic. So of course, strawberries are culinary, but the leaves you can use for tea. Elderberries. This whole section of the fence is just loaded with elderberries. Elderberries offer potent immune support. They're antiviral to help fight off colds and flus. It's anti-inflammatory. The berries are edible, but they must be cooked first. You can make a syrup out of them, or you can use the flowers for tea, or you can use the berries or the flowers for a tincture. And we've got some nice pods coming on down here with the flowers. I mean, they're everywhere. Now, last year I didn't get any. The birds got all of them before I got to them. So hopefully this year I'll be quicker. This whole grove of elderberry has grown about 10 times from this year to last. I did not cut this back last year. I know you can cut it down to the ground and it will regrow. So maybe we'll do that for next season just to see the difference. But this is going to be loaded with berries. And over here, I've got my blackberries, and blackberries are rich in antioxidants, vitamin C, and not only are they absolutely delicious, so they can be used for culinary for sure, but the leaves can be used as a tea to help you with some digestive support. I had cut these down basically to the ground at the beginning of the season because these canes were out of control. They had taken over this entire trellis, and I wasn't sure if they were going to fruit on first or second year canes. I didn't know if I was going to get any berries this year, but as you can see, we have lots of flowers on here, so we're definitely going to have berries this year. And they're just lovely. The flowers are starting to fall off, which means they'll be turning into fruit if they've been pollinated. Raspberries, same thing. You can eat both the leaves and the fruits. They're also a wonderful antioxidant loaded with vitamin C. And raspberry leaf tea is known specifically for women's health, women's uterine health. So this is both a culinary and a tea option. And we are absolutely loaded with berries all over this bush. Just massive amounts of berries. And this is my sad and small blueberry bush. I do have another one over here, but it's quite small and I think it keeps getting damaged. But these fruits are especially high in antioxidants, and they are a powerful anti-inflammatory and they support brain health as well. These, of course, are culinary because they can be used as food, juice, and you can even make extracts out of them. Right here outside one of my tall birdie beds, I have my Anise Hyssop, so a few plants of this. And this is used to treat coughs and colds. It helps with digestive issues, and it also has calming properties. To use this, you can make a tea, you can make a tincture, and you can also use it in culinary. Here in my green stock, I have some cilantro growing. As well as some parsley. I've got a couple different kinds of parsley in here, both the flat leaf and the curly leaf parsley. Both of these have diuretic properties and they're really rich in vitamins. I've got some more cilantro here that was started from seed. Cilantro specifically is great for detoxification, especially for heavy metals. So you can use both cilantro and parsley for culinary, in juices, or you can make tinctures out of them. And this is one of my beloved comfrey plants. I've got a few of these. Comfrey is incredible, both for medicinal purposes as well as for garden health. It's actually known as bone knit for its ability to speed healing of sprains, broken bones, wounds, bruises, and that's because of the allotonin in it, which is a naturally occurring chemical compound. And it is a great garden amendment. You can chop up the leaves and just drop them into your gardening space and they will feed your soil, or you can chop up the leaves and you can put them in a bucket of water and ferment them and then use that as a tea to feed your garden with. Absolutely amazing. You can use the leaves to make a poultice, a compress, a salve, or you can infuse it in oil to use in some sort of a salve or a cream, but I can't stress enough, this is for external use only. We used to ingest this, but it has been shown to cause liver damage after excessive use, so that is no longer recommended. I know some people still tout it. I would definitely use caution, but I just use it externally because why take a chance? And this plant is just out of control. It's amazing. And I grow this in a container and it does super well. This is one of my sage plants. Look how lovely those flowers are. Aren't they pretty? Sage leaves are really good for sore throats. They help with memory enhancement. They're an anti-inflammatory and they act as a digestive aid. Not to mention they have an amazing aroma and they're so good in culinary just to flavor dishes. Like a brown butter sage over pasta with maybe some sausage crumble is absolutely amazing. So you can make a tea out of these leaves. You can create a tincture, or again, you can use them in culinary. These plants here are probably 3 or 4 years old. They just come back every year in my green stock. And then I do have 2 larger planters down in the garden area with sage in them as well. I absolutely love sage. And all of these, you know, you can dry just by cutting the stems and hanging them upside down to air dry them, or you can dehydrate them on the lowest setting of your dehydrator or the lowest setting in your oven, or you can freeze dry them. Now I used to hang them until I got my freeze dryer, and now I just love to freeze dry herbs. That makes them available to me all year round. I can even store them up so that when summer is over and they're dormant, I can still reap the benefits of having these plants. I also grow marjoram in my green stock. I start this from seed every year. It does not overwinter for me, at least not in the green stock. But marjoram leaves, they are a digestive aid. They have an overall calming effect on the body. They're both anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. You can use them to cook with, so they're culinary. You can also make a tea blend out of them, or you can make a tincture out of them. Up here I have a little pot of thyme that I need to get planted this weekend. This I ordered from Azure Standard because my thyme got taken over by lemon balm. So I'll be plucking out the rest of that lemon balm and putting this thyme in there. I love thyme. It smells incredible. The leaves have a long history of being used for respiratory health. They can treat coughs and even bronchitis. And it's also antimicrobial. So thyme can be used, of course, in culinary, but it can also be made into a tea, a tincture. You can make a syrup out of it for supporting coughs. And you can even do a steam inhalation to help open air passages. And I just love, 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 love the smell of thyme. Oh, it's incredible. So delicious. And I've got a few rosemary plants. Oh, I got a little bug. Can you see this? I have never seen a little black beetle like this before. I don't know what he is. I'm gonna have to look. Oh, well, he fell. He fell to the ground and I don't see him, so, but just a very small, shiny black beetle. Interesting. Oh, no, he's right here. He didn't fall to the ground. Can you see him? I definitely want to get a good look at him. I want to see what we're dealing with here. I'd like to figure out what the heck he is. Can you see that? Okay, so he's got wings. I'm gonna have to look him up. For now, I'm just gonna move him. Back to the rosemary. Now this is some rosemary that I grew from seed this year. I also have some rosemary down in the garden itself in larger containers. Rosemary is excellent for memory and for cognitive focus. It supports good circulation. It's an antioxidant, it's a digestive aid, and it's antimicrobial. So you can use this for culinary. You can also use it, make a tea out of it, make a tincture out of it, or you can infuse it in some oil and use it as a hair and scalp treatment. Here I've got some tarragon. This is sharing a little pocket here with the parsley. The tarragon grows back year for year after year for me in this green stock. And it acts as a digestive aid. It's anti-inflammatory and it's a powerful antioxidant. It does have a mild sedative effect, so it has traditionally been used to calm nerves, to reduce anxiety, and to help promote sleep. It's antimicrobial, and it also helps with blood sugar control by helping improve insulin sensitivity. It's also been used to help treat toothache because it has a very mild numbing effect when you chew the leaves raw. Very mild flavor. I'm trying to put my finger on the taste of it. When it's dried, it has kind of a licoricey flavor, not so fresh, but a wonderful herb to add to your garden for both culinary and medicinal. And here is my wild jungle mess with a ton of different things in it. But I'm going to point you out to a few things in here. Number one is Feverfew. The leaves and flowers of Feverfew have traditionally been used for migraine prevention and as an anti-inflammatory. The leaves can be chewed. You can also use this as a dried herb, or you can make a tincture out of it. I have one Feverfew plant here, one here, and a little bit larger one right here. The bumblebees are a-bumbling today. Right here, this is a plant I bought this year from Azure Standard, and that's the Valerian Root. It's been used as a sleep aid. It's been used to treat anxiety, and it has a natural calming effect on the body. Behind that, this is one of my hibiscus plants, and then behind that, these are hollyhocks all along the back wall here. None of them are in bloom yet, but the leaves, the flowers, and the roots can be used. They're all mucilaginous, so that means that they are very soothing for coughs and sore throats, as well as for digestive irritation, and they can be used for making tea and also as an infusion. And all around this air conditioning unit here, I have purple coneflower. So I've got a lot of those plants. They're not quite yet flowering, but they're starting to get heads up there. Can you see that? And coneflower, also known as Echinacea, is well known as an immune stimulant and is commonly used to help treat colds and flus. You can make a tea out of it, a tincture out of it, or even a syrup out of it. You can use the leaves, the flowers, or the roots. The roots are the most potent, but I don't like to dig mine up, so flowers are good for me. And down here, this little guy is my mullein. I think that's how you pronounce it. And there's my little Molly hanging out with me in the garden. But with mullein, the leaves and the flowers are powerful when used to treat congestions, coughs, and sore throats. And you can infuse the flowers in oil and then use that oil to treat earaches. So these can be harvested to make tea, tinctures, or infused oils. Now this is going to get a tall, spiky flower, but not until the second year can it be used. So this is its first year. And this is a test plant for me. I do have seeds, but I bought this one from Azure Standard to see how it grows, how big it gets, whether or not I want to put a little patch of this together in my garden. I also have calendulas in here, a bunch of them. These popped up by probably the hundreds in one of my beds this year in early spring as volunteers. Here's another one right here. I love, 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 love calendula. Here's another here. Looks like it's been stepped on by the dogs. Calendula are anti-inflammatory. They're soothing for topical wounds, for rashes, for burns. It really promotes healing, and it's an excellent ingredient to use in skincare. So you can use it to infuse oil, you can make a salve or a cream out of it, and you can even use it to make a tea. And here I have my patch of Elecampane. This is an excellent medicinal for respiratory issues like coughs, bronchitis, and even asthma. It also is a digestive aid, and it is antimicrobial. So this you would harvest for the roots, and you can make a decoction or a root tea out of it. You can also make a tincture out of it, or you can make a powerful syrup for coughs. In these planters, I have more comfrey growing. In this first one here, I also have some more sage, but right next to it, I have mint. We've got a mix of both peppermint and spearmint in here, and both of those work as a digestive aid. They can help to soothe both nausea and indigestion and even IBS symptoms. They can help soothe headaches and congestion. You can use mint as a tincture. You can make it into a tea. You can infuse an oil with it, and of course you can use them in culinary. And right here I have a lovely volunteer borage from last year. The leaves and the flowers offer some adrenal support for your body. They're anti-inflammatory, and they are soothing for skin issues when you apply them topically. So you can eat them. You can use them in culinary. You can also infuse in oil for skin, or you can make a tea out of them. Here is one of my lemon balms. Lemon balm is most famous for its anti-anxiety and calming properties, but it's also antiviral, particularly against HSV and shingles. So you can apply this topically to help shorten an outbreak and to reduce symptoms. It's also a really good mood enhancer, and it offers cognitive support by helping improve memory and alertness and improve overall cognitive performance. It's also an antioxidant, and some studies show that it helps regulate your thyroid if you have hyperthyroidism. This can be used as a tea, to make a tincture, or to infuse in oil for salve, and of course it can be used culinary. Here is my oregano. Look how beautiful this looks. I'm going to be taking cuttings of both that and some of the lemon balm back there, as well as the lemon balm over here, and we're going to get started freeze drying some of that. Oregano is a powerful antimicrobial and antifungal. It's really rich in antioxidants, more so than many fruits and vegetables. It's anti-inflammatory, helping to reduce pain and swelling. It supports the respiratory system, acting as a remedy for coughs, colds, bronchitis, and even congestion. It works as both an expectorant and an antitussive or cough suppressant. It supports the digestive system, alleviating indigestion, gas, and bloating, and helps fight the harmful microbes in your gut, supporting your overall gut health, which is your immune system. So it's also an immune booster with antioxidants. Oregano can be used in culinary. You can make it into a tea, you can make it into an infusion, a tincture, a poultice, or a compress. I love oregano. So good for you. So easy to add to dishes. And then we have basil. I think I planted maybe a dozen or so different varieties of basil in my garden this year. I love basil. And surprisingly, basil is an amazing apothecary item. There are so many different varieties, but it is an anti-inflammatory. It is a powerhouse antioxidant. It's antimicrobial and antibacterial, and it serves as both a digestive aid and an immune booster. It also helps control blood sugar and reduce stress. So you can use this in culinary, you can make a tea out of it, you can make a tincture out of it, you can infuse it in oil, and you can make an essential oil. This one might surprise you. This is my artichoke plant, one of the 4 artichoke plants I have this year. Both the leaves and the roots provide liver support, digestive support, and cholesterol management. Now, that is if you can bear to pick them, to eat them versus letting them flower, because these are amazing looking prehistoric flowers if you do let them go. You can make tea from the leaves, you can make a tincture out of them, and of course, they're culinary. And then there is yarrow. I don't know how well this is going to do here, being completely shadowed by the elderberry, but I do have new plants that I'm putting in that I grew from seed that I will put in a different spot. But I am absolutely sold on yarrow. I think yarrow and comfrey are my 2 top favorite. So yarrow acts as an anti-inflammatory. It can reduce fever when you have a cold or a flu. It works as a wound healer for cuts, and it acts as a styptic to stop bleeding. It also works amazing on oral sores like canker sores, as an example, or topical wounds. It is absolutely incredible, so incredibly powerful for healing. So yarrow can be used to make a tea, a tincture. You can use it to make a hot tea and then use that water to make a compress to put it on wounds. You can infuse it in oil or a salve for topical pain control. It is truly amazing to have in the garden. There is a baby ladybug on my fence here. It's truly incredible how much healing power nature can provide, even in your own backyard. We didn't even get into the health properties of the food like tomatoes, peppers, carrots, beets, eggplant. Another day. Cultivating a backyard apothecary isn't just about the remedies that they can provide. It's truly about the connection that you make with your food. Understanding the full benefit and taking one step closer to self-sufficiency and holistic wellness. So I encourage you to take a look at your garden through a new lens, a new perspective, fresh eyes. What medicinal plants are you growing in your garden? What medicinal plants are you growing in your garden that you didn't even know were medicinal? Or maybe you're now inspired to add some to your backyard medicine cabinet. If so, please let me know in the comments down below. I love to learn new things, and maybe you're growing things or planning to grow things that I don't have. Maybe I don't even know about. Thank you so much for joining me for another edition of Sunday Funday, where I showed you medicinal plants that I'm cultivating in my urban homestead. My name is Kelly, you're at A Better Choice Homestead, and I do hope you come back and visit again soon.